Here today with Fred Sanders, founder CEO of Fred Sanders. He helps people start and scale clothing brands, I should say, not just start. Scale is a big part of what you're doing. And when it comes to scaling his show up rates and increasing his show up rates, Fred found Sendblue and the Sendblue team to find some magic there. He's going to walk us through where he plugs in Sendblue, all the tips and tricks he's learned along the way, and how maybe you could do it for your business too. Thanks, Fred.
Dude, I'm excited to be here. You guys have been a huge part in growing the business and being able to help as many people as possible, which is my mission. So thank you for helping me help people.
Heck yeah. What were you doing before Sendblue as far as getting people to show up to calls? Were you sending texts before?
Yeah, so it was a big headache of a process. I'm not gonna lie. We had several different closers. They would all reach out manually. And I mean, we'd have so many people who were booking in trying to help, get the brand going. And it was a headache. Constantly leads would fall through the cracks. There was no system. It would take, closers an additional 30, 45 minutes of sending. And that wasn't the worst part. It really just wasn't as effective, right? Because they're taking calls, they have other things to do. So a lot of leads are falling through the cracks. And our close rate, which I'm sure we're about to get into, at that period of time, and this is like a couple months ago, was 45%. Or show up rate. I'm sorry, not close rate. Show up rate, yeah. So the show up rate was terrible. I mean, two people would book, only one person would show up, which is not good. Just a little bit of the automations that we implemented, I didn't even think it was possible. It's been a huge change so far.
What are we up to in show up rates now?
Show up rate right now currently is at 60 to 65%, depending on the day. But I mean, and we're a biz op offer, so it's not going to be 70, 80, 90% because of the lead quality. But I mean, that is phenomenal for the type of industry that I'm in to have such a strong show up rate. I think in terms of competitors, we're probably really high. I think that's well within KPI. I'm very proud of where it's been. I mean, just a 20% lift show up rate, it brought a lot of money to the bottom line, a lot of closes, and we're helping a lot of people. That's the biggest thing, right?
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. That's a great way to look at it. You guys, what kind of funnel do you run? Is it like a VSL funnel primarily?
Yeah, we're not VSL, we're IGDM.
IGDM.
Which is even more to the lead traffic is low. This is show up rate is one of those things that can make or break you in this particular industry that I'm in, especially doing it the exact way how we're running ads. I would go as far to say it's almost a necessity to have something really help your show rate kind of get there, right? And that's what Sendblue has been for me. You guys have put it on the back, and I don't want to exaggerate here, but it's been a key cornerstone in helping the business actually become profitable. Because I would be back to 40, 45%. It's really hard to grow the way we want to grow, help the people we want to help, and just be overall profitable. It's what a business is about,
Sure. That 20% lift is like a net, 50% lift, which is huge.
Huge.
So you run Meta ad or Instagram ad, and then people click that, and then that goes into Fred's DMs, and then you start a combo there, grab a phone number, pull it into Sendblue. You got 70% response rates. They look fantastic. And before it was the sales reps using their personal cell phones. Is that right?
Yeah, dude, it's a headache. If a sales rep leaves, whenever we had one rep churn, all the leads are gone with that phone. Right, which we could go out and buy a bunch of company phones, but it's a hassle. Then you got to collect the phone. I don't know how deep I can go into what Sendblue offers, but it's been a huge save just to have all of our leads on one contact. If a sales rep churns for whatever reason, which, like I said, only had to happen once, it's a good peace of mind to have. I can contact all of my leads when I want to. If that sales rep's being lazy that day or they're sick, someone else can cover it, or I can pick up the shift. It's not we're people, we're not robots, and Sendblue is a robot. It's always going to perform better.
You could be a person with the blue bubble behind the robot. Which is nice. Cool. Someone's watching right now. They want to increase their show up rates. They also run Facebook ads, and they're like, well, why don't I just take this budget and just go get more leads? Just go spend more money on ads.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, because I'm a huge budget guy. I don't like to spend finances. I really don't like to spend money on anything. I'm a huge proponent of investing into the business. And I know a lot of business owners get scared at that simple fact of investing money into the business, especially because you deal with that lead lag. You invest it, you don't really see it till 30, 60 days out. But I promise you, they're huge pools. This one particular, I mean, it was an investment. I mean, it wasn't cheap. But I will say, I mean, And the grand retrospect of things, the amount of leads that brings in, if you're in high ticket, especially like maybe if you're selling programs for $20, it isn't worth it. But one high ticket client, dude, is paying for this thing, and just the amount of leads it saves you, the amount of it smooths everything over. You got to invest in yourself. It was a risk for me, but immediately upon, not a risk, it was a calculation thing that I had to calculate. But immediately upon actually getting the business, the thing kind of implemented, night and day difference. It made the entire processes for closers not only easier, it kind of solved leads kind of slipping through the cracks. And then on top of that, there was extra things that I didn't even know as far as like reaching back out, follow up. It's just like a huge pull in every single bucket of the business. So if you're too scared to invest, it's like a drop, but the drop may feel like a lot, right? I like to use the analogy like you could keep an entire grape to yourself and eat that, or you could share a watermelon. If you only have a grape, it feels like there's no more food in the world. So that's why you might be scared to give that much money up front or pay that much money or whatever. But when your food and your plate gets bigger, you start to see that, okay, at scale, I shouldn't be scared at spending this money because this is where I'm trying to go. And it's kind of getting over that hurdle was a good thing for me, but I mean, it's been a blessing, dude, to say nonetheless. It has been very effective.
Blessings. Bringing blessings. I like that. Fred, someone's watching right now and they want to start their own clothing brand. This is your time to plug yourself. Who is Fred? Who do you serve? How can people get in touch with you?
I mean, we help clothing brands scale, dude. We're one of the, I would say, only people in this particular industry. It's one of those things where not a lot of people are genuine, authentic, and just true. I wouldn't even come on this testimonial and sit here and say BS or like, hey, like flabbergast anything. Sendblue has been effective. My clothing brand program is effective. If you want effective stuff, work with Sendblue, and possibly if you want to start a clothing brand, work with me.
Dang, that's how I like to end mine. Now I want to say, if you want an effective clothing brand, right? If you want effective show up rates, hit up us at Sendblue. Fred, thanks for hanging out with me.
Dude, it's been a pleasure. Thank you.